Good morning, lights. Do you know the feeling when you're someplace and doing something, and it makes you feel that you've been there before at exactly the same place, doing exactly the same thing? Of course, I am talking about a déjà vu. Today, I would like to give you a different perspective on what a déjà vu is and how it relates to your life. We are highly interested in where mankind is going because we know that there are a ton of options available to you all. We always want to give you the options, opportunities, and choice that will enable you to get what you really want in the right time frame. We want each of you to feel into the numerous timelines that are open to you right now and how much is already at your disposal. And we also want you to know that just as you don't need to wait for an occasion, such as a solar flash, full disclosure, free energy, or the arrival of ships, you don't need to wait for other people to start cleaning up their own mess. Your thoughts, beliefs, emotions, and vibration will always be reflected back to you by the human collective, whichever one you are experiencing at the time. As a result, you always have the power to alter the world as you see it, and you don't always need to accomplish it by sharing your beliefs with a large number of people. You accomplish this by changing the vibration you are offering internally. That alters everything. It alters the people you encounter and the future you encounter. It alters the world and everything taking place in it. Therefore, if you experience despair as you observe what is happening on earth, realize that you are staring into the mirror you need to be staring into at that precise moment. You are seeing precisely what you need to see in order to be inspired, triggered, or given a mirror image of what is happening inside you. The challenging part for all of you is to realize that when you are at peace, joyful, and showing love to other people, eventually you will see that reflected back to you. A certain percentage of you give up quickly if you don't see results right away. You have a tendency to give up if you don't get the desired results. The act of changing your internal frequency for the pleasure of it, or because you know that it is the only way for you to experience the emotions you desire, is a reward in and of itself. The reward of happiness itself. To demonstrate how joyful you are, you don't necessarily need to materialize a lot of happy circumstances. Although it's the simple route, it doesn't offer you the best chance for advancing spiritually. Because of this, there is a time difference between Earth and your realm. You require it in order to keep moving forward with the actions necessary to vibrate at the frequency most suited to your needs and the needs of those around you. You originally came to Earth for a series of incarnations in order to accomplish it. In spite of everything, no matter what the situation in your life or the globe was, you wanted to master delivering a better vibration. Keep your attention on yourself, and you won't be able to make a mistake. You will be so conscious of your feelings that you will be aware that you need to let go of everything that is causing you to feel anxious. angst-ridden, depressed, or whatever else it is that you are experiencing. And you can discover the love that is always present within you. You may sometimes even give yourself a lovely trigger to make yourself aware of the love that is already inside you. But you still have to make the decision to accept it. It's always there, just waiting to be discovered. Because not everyone and everything in the physical sphere is constantly lovable. You must choose what will best serve you. This is not always a simple decision. However, you can tell they need love the greatest when they are not acting lovable. So that's another challenging aspect of your life on earth. But since each of you have already lived in a higher dimensional plane, you are all eager for the challenge, whatever else it is that you are experiencing. And you can discover the love that is always present within you. You may sometimes even give yourself a lovely trigger to make yourself aware of the love that is already inside you. But you still have to make the decision to accept it. It's always there, just waiting to be discovered. Because not everyone and everything in the physical sphere is constantly lovable. You must choose what will best serve you. This is not always a simple decision. However, you can tell they need love the greatest when they are not acting lovable. So that's another challenging aspect of your life on earth. But since each of you have already lived in a higher dimensional plane, you are all eager for the challenge. You all understood what you were getting into, and you are all quite skilled at doing it. You're returning to your starting point. Deja vu serves as a reminder that you have experienced a situation previously. There is no better adventure in the universe than the one you're about to embark on when you return to the higher dimensional planes, to source and to the truth of who you are as pure love. So why not start enjoying it now? We've started looking into the habits that everyone has out here on Earth. You tend to go collectively in one direction and then in the opposite direction, as if you were getting a sense of all the many directions you could take yourself as a civilization or as a group of persons. Of course, some of you will always choose to swim against the current that the majority of humanity is riding, and we are already addressing that group. We are speaking to those who are consciously enough to recognize trends, feel them out, and make the decision to follow their own path. It's not something you do to rebel or get attention. You don't do it only to stand out. You act in accordance with your heart when you do it. You are acting on your feelings, and right now, moving straight up is the best thing you can do for humanity. You are prepared to rise above the arguments and strife currently raging on Earth. The only ones who can rise above it all and see that choosing a side will pit you against self are you. The energies we have been brewing for the upcoming months are all about reminding you that you are source and helping you to feel and live it, as we mentioned in our previous communication. Therefore, there is no divide within you. You don't need to declare that you are on one side or another one. You are the only one who can appreciate everything for what it is while still rising above it. What is happening on Earth right now is all of the result of a concept that Source had, which was and still is what would happen if we were split against ourselves. You are there acting out that illusion, that dream